Alright, the first unit I want to look at today is going to be AGL or AGL MUI Goku. He is definitely dodge or die, but the thing is, again, the fact that he has 100% dodge on his first turn, and then he has the failsafe of a revive that can proc when you're under 77% HP, makes him a very good dodge or die unit because he has guaranteed dodge, and then he also has the revive just in case he doesn't dodge the following turn. And then when he dies, he gets 100% dodge again. So for a unit that's dodge or die, he is very impressive. Of course, it has to be against dodge nullification fights, or ones without dodge nullification, I should say, that allow him to be really, really good. And then, of course, every time he dodges, he builds his dodge chance up in the turn as well. So overall, he's a very, very strong unit. He has some good damage, again, but the 100% dodge and revive allows him to be such a dominant unit and allows him to be pretty much timeless as the game goes on, because no matter how hard the opponent hits, he's going to be able to dodge it. Alright, the next unit I want to look at is Super Easy PHY Vegito Blue. Now, it's a little harder to say that he's dodge or die because clearly against normals he is fine unless you're fighting that new Rose fight. But the issue is going to be, of course, is his dodge against supers. He has 50% dodge when you're supering against him. He has another 30% on top of the 50% if you're under 70% HP and receiving a super. So for more times than not, he's going to dodge a ton, which makes it look very impressive. Again, he is already pretty good against normals unless the normals get to astronomical numbers. But it is pretty fun to see him be able to dodge those supers, because a lot of units like Super Vegitos, really all the EZA Super Vegitos, they are not good at against supers at all. The AGL Super Vegito kind of has a failsafe, but the only way to get to that failsafe is if you get under 50% HP, and then you will get guard and you will get the scouter. But overall, the Vegito Blue is a lot more consistent being able to take that stuff because he gets dodge against supers no matter what. The next unit we're going to look at today is EZA and Yamcha. Now, he's not as dodge or die as some of these other units on this list for sure. Again, he can tank some normals once he gets some supers going for him. But for the most part, he's not tanking a super attack. He's not tanking some of these harder hitting normals like Rose, or like the Sword Hope Trunks. But he's still a really good unit, of course, which is the reason why he's on this list. And again, without the dodge canceling bosses, we finally got rid of those. He's able to become a very solid unit. Again, he's a very optimal option against the new Rose and Zamasu Stage 1, the Global Dokkan Campaign 1. He's also just good now in the boss rushes fights as well, because again, with that dodge canceling, you're free to let your Yamcha run free and then allow him to be able to have a high dodge chance against all these kinds of supers. And just like MUI, he's going to age very well because of his high dodge chance, as long as there's no dodge canceling metas. So overall, Yamcha is also one of these units that can end up being very strong, but again, it just relies on if the boss has dodge canceling or not. Alright, the next unit I want to look at is EZA Tech Kefla. Now, you know why I have her on this list, of course, is because she is still strong. But of course, like I said in my previous video about 1 or 2 ago, was that she is in danger of being aged out because, in that base form, if you do not dodge, they will die. They just from normals, not even just from supers, they will die to normals. Now, again, you can avoid that by getting that guaranteed 90% dodge on turn 3 if you get them turn 1 next to a USS ally. But of course, if they don't super 3 times, it doesn't matter. Or attack 3 times in general, it does not matter. They're not going to have that 90% dodge, and they're just going to die. It just sucks because they can super a ton, and they can have high defense right away if you get their attacks. But if not, they're going to die very quickly. Of course, they are still a very strong unit. Again, if you can get the stacks going for them, Kefla becomes very impressive very quickly. But it just relies on that being able to stack as fast as possible while ensuring that you don't get hit in base form, because they will die. So, again, they are good. It's just these new bosses are kind of making me feel like she's already getting some dust. But she is still one of the stronger dodge units we have in this game right now. Alright, the next unit is going to be Int Hit. He's not very great turn 1, I will say. The dodge chance he has turn 1 is just not enough, and he's just like Tech Kefla. If he doesn't dodge, he's going to die, especially for how strong these bosses have gotten very quickly. But I will say, once he transforms, he becomes an absolute menace. Being able to dodge like crazy, He has his active skill Usher attack that just makes him very strong. Of course, every time he dodges as well, he gets defense too, and he's also stacking. So if you can get him transformed, he's going to be one of the strongest units in the game. The reason why he is the number 2 TUR in this game is because his ceiling is through the roof. But once again, his base form is definitely the problem. If he gets hit, he will die. And a lot of these fights right now are good turn 1, and we just do not have the luxury of having that for us. So again, in-hit is a good unit, but overall, if we keep getting these short-term bosses, this in-hit's going to age very poorly, but it just depends on how the meta shifts. Alright, next we got EZA AGL Pikkon, and again, I like this unit. I don't love the 70% dodge per se. I think it needs to be higher, of course. I mean, he has a decent amount of defense once he supers, so it's not terrible, I guess. He's going to be able to tank some normals once you get that going for him, but the biggest issue, of course, is going to be the fact that, once he doesn't dodge and he gets hit by a pretty powerful super, he will die. And he does have the ability to have the Usher, which does make him very strong. So once you have the Usher going, he will be an optimal option. He's very good in the Residence Monster fight for the reason of 1, he has dodge, but 2, that Usher is very valuable once you activate it. So he is a strong EZA. I just don't love him because, again, in dodge canceling fights, there's no point in bringing him. But he does have a good amount of defense post super where he is an optimal option against some of the pretty strong normals we have in this game. But as soon as we start getting over 3 mil attack stats, he is going to be dead. He's not going to be able to handle those attacks. So again, he's on this list because he is a very strong dodge unit with one of the most valuable mechanics you can have, which is a free Usher. But overall, I definitely could expect him to age out very quickly. It's just because, again, 70% dodge is not going to last you that long. Alright, finally, I have the PHY Glorio. I mean, you can tell why he's on this list. Tons of defense once he's super, the support he brings, and then, of course, he just has 80% dodge. And now that we have fights that are no longer dodge canceling, welcome back Glorio. But even in the dodge canceling fights, Glorio still felt like he was usable. His main issue is only going to be being locked in the slot 1. AoEs can be a problem for him, but with his base dodge chance, he can get around it. So I wouldn't say it's a big issue, but he is definitely going to be, he is dodge or die though in certain scenarios. Of course, he does have tons of defense once you super, so he doesn't even really become dodge or die. But early on, he can get caught if he does not dodge, especially against some very strong super attacks. But overall, again, I love this unit. He can hit some pretty astronomical damage numbers once you can get him stacking. His support is awesome, and then he has a lot of dodge once you get supering. But let me know in the comments below, do you guys think there should have been some units on this list that were not? Or do you disagree with some of these units on this list? Let me know in the comments below. There's a playlist to all my voice content and the first link. The second link is going to be to all of my Dokkan Battle content in together. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.